this deck is unbelievably strong. Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back again with the best deck in Clash Royale right now, this new Minor Poison Spear Goblin Hut deck. With a combination of the new Skeleton Barrel that moves faster than ever after the new buff, the Dark Goblin, and the Bats, you're gonna have so many ways of baiting out your opponent's spells. Because you have tanks with the Miner, the Barb Barrel, and the Knight, you're gonna be able to stack up so many Spear Goblins and you're gonna overwhelm your opponent. This new meta Minor Poison deck is one of the best 12-win decks in Clash Royale, so let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance. Creator code SirTag supports the channel. It allows me to spend more time on videos and it helps me upgrade my setup. I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys that's been using my code and supporting the channel. All right, guys, we got a game here. I can't go for my Spear Goblin Hut to kick open this game because I don't have Bats and I don't have Dark Goblin. So if he goes in for a balloon opposite lane, I just lose that. So that is why we're just chilling, relaxing, cycling our Knight. And yeah, he actually had Balloon. So imagine I made that misplay. I would have just straight up lost the game. It's like I predicted the future, guys. So I can go in for a Skeleton Barrel with the Knight. And he's going to have Bomb Tower, but the Skeleton Barrel should go straight past. And since he's got Ice Golem, I don't think he has a way of stopping this Miner from locking onto the tower. He might have Tornado, though. So I don't want to drop it too far back. Sometimes they do actually have Tornado with Bomb Tower, even if they've got Balloon, which isn't too common to have Tornado Balloon, but they still could have it because they do have Bomb Tower. So I'm just going to feel him out and drop it in the safe spot here. I'm going to go for Bats now. And I can go in for either a Barb Barrel or I can go for a Knight. I'm going to elect to go for a Knight in front. Make him probably snowball this. We'll see. I'm now going to go in for a poison. The Bats are going to get on the tower because he didn't snowball. What are you doing, dude? What's going on, Frank? So he went in for a snowball there. I can probably go for a Skeleton Barrel. You know, this is kind of a bad matchup because he's got Barb Barrel and he's got Snowball. But now I know he doesn't have Tornado, so I can go for the Miner in the back at least. He's going to Balloon me. I can just go for a pretty high Barb Hut or a Goblin Hut. I'm so used to saying Barb Hut because Barb Hut used to be the wave, but now it's Goblin Hut, guys. The times are changing. Yo, even if he kills it, it's so good for us because he can't snowball everything at once. And because we dropped a really high one, he felt like he could go in for more units across the river and hit it. But he couldn't, man. You can't trespass on our sacred territory. You can't trespass on our shrine. And we were able to just devour all of his units. I'm going to go for a Knight and slow roll it in the back. And Frank is going to go in for Skeletons. So when we see Skellies again, he's probably going to go for Musketeer. And he does. Oh my gosh. Dude, I can just keep it in the poison. You can't leave, dude. You're not allowed to leave the proximity of the poison. I can go for a Goblin Hut here because if he goes opposite, we've got Bats and we've got Dark Goblin. And I can unload on him to the point that he feels uncomfortable going the opposite lane. So I can just go for Bats. I want to just bait out a Snowball with the Skeleton Barrel or bait out the Snowball with the Spear Goblins. So then he can't snowball the Bats. That is the ultimate dream, guys. If we can make that happen, then we can make anything happen on offense. And going for another Goblin Hut in the back. Just make a massive push again, guys. So yeah, you can try to go in, but in reality, how are you going to break through a Dark Goblin and Bats? Even if you snowball that, the Dark Goblin's still alive and it trespasses on the left-hand side after. Oh my gosh, you guys see that? You like how the Dark Goblin still defends the balloon and then goes on the left-hand side to pick up what we were putting down and finish off the game? That's what I'm talking about. And we can unload with the Steven army.
Perfectly balanced, this whole thing should be.
The Skarmy is no more. It's the Steven army, boys. GG, well played, and peace out. Even if you've got double small spell, we still assert dominance with the bait control Minor Poison. That's what I'm talking about. Spear Goblin Hut beyond busted. All right, guys. We're just going to go for a Goblin Hut, pull that Hog Rider, and we can always Goblin Hut at the start of the game if we have Bats and Dark Goblin. He'll never be able to break through with any Balloon then. And that is really the only thing that you have to be scared about. So we go for Bats here, so we just experienced the Zap. He doesn't have that back end cycle, and I doubt that he's going to have Fireball, Zap, and a Snowball. I mean, that would be interesting, right? So he's going to have Lumberjack with this as well, so I have to be really careful. A raised up Hog Rider could bypass my Spear Goblin Hut. The one thing that is interesting, I think Hog Rider decks kind of can beat us since we don't have Mini P.E.K.K.A. So if he outcycles our Spear Goblin Hut, we could lose the game, so we always need to keep up to date with the Hog. Could go for Bats here, but he could go for a Zap. I'm just banking on him zapping the Skeleton Barrel instead. So yeah, that's what he did. The Bats are still alive. I can go in for another Spear Goblin Hut. I'm not going to overcommit with a Miner. Don't feel like that's the play. Just going in for Goblin Huts whenever I can on defense is the wave. He's going to Fireball it, but it's a-okay. He Fireballs. I'm going to go in for a Miner on the next Spear Goblin, so we're going to time it pretty well right here. That little Steven is about to cross the river. The miner gets in front. And look at that. Oh, that's so annoying. You have to spend elixir on the one Steven. You hate to see it if you're the opponent here. You don't want to ever drop elixir on one spear goblin that spawned out of a goblin hut. Oh my gosh. But if you get that timing down correctly like I just did, you can bait out so much elixir from your opponent and get them super tilted as well. Because he had to spend 2 elixir after fireballing, and then the spear goblin hut is still alive, and he spent 6 elixir overall. And then after it dies, we get a ton of spear goblins. So if you look at it from that perspective, that is a massive positive elixir trade for me. We can go for a miner here, and if he tries to go in for a hog rider, he's going to just lose his tower. So generally, when we don't have spear goblin hut in cycle, or we don't have elixir for it, we want to spend elixir to the point that he can't go in for a hog. So we can just go in for our goblin hut again. We can go and drop our dark goblin off to the side so we're able to finish off those bats and pick them apart. He's going to fireball, and he's going to have to pick. What do you fireball? The dark goblin, or do you fireball the tower? And he's like, yo, I'm going to fireball the tower and the spear goblin hut. So that's what he tried to do. He's going to go and cycle our knight in the back. Remember, he used the zap, so we're going to go on the left-hand side right now. We're going to go for bats and miner. Then Further Dragon is completely useless. I wonder if he has Mega Knight. Honestly, he could have Mega Knight. That would not be super odd with this deck. Whenever you see Inferno Dragon, that's what I'm thinking. Unless he's using like a traditional Ram Rider deck and he put in the Hog Rider. We can go in for a miner here as well. We can go for bats. I wonder if we can keep the Dark Goblin alive. He should just be able to zap it. Oh, the Dark Goblin is still alive. Obviously, it doesn't matter too much because we were going to take the right-hand tower. It wasn't going to go to a 2-tower game, but we still gave him some extra love on the left-hand side with the Dark Goblin. I love that card, man. It is such a fun and skillful card to play, opposed to the Spear Goblin Hut and then the Skeleton Barrel that are just the epitome of no skill. So it feels good, man. GG and well played, and peace out, brother. We got a game against Esteban. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to see what's up. Definitely want to go in for a knight so that does not get on top of our tower. Those fire spirits are dangerous, guys. So if I want to go in for a miner, I'm probably going to drop it on the furnace. I think that's going to be the wave. The Skeleton Barrel should start to tank for the miner here. So we'll be able to get extra value on the furnace to eliminate it. It's going to go Bar Barrel, and the miner's going to get onto the tower, even though we dropped it on the furnace. How often do you guys see the miner chip damage when the miner wasn't even directed onto the tower? He's going to graveyard me for sure. What a savage. So very rarely do I like poisoning in single elixir if I don't have to. And this is one of those situations that we didn't. I'm going to have to go in for a Skeleton Barrel, though, because you guys already know that Musketeer was going to lock onto my tower if I didn't. The knight was getting drawn back, and that muskie would have hammered my tower there. So the reason why I went for bats is that it's extremely difficult for this guy to afford a graveyard tank plus poison, because that's going to cost bare minimum 11 elixir if he's got Ice Golem. So he can't really do that in single elixir, and he doesn't have Ice Golem, by the way. So it's going to be really beneficial for me to do that every single time I can, going in for bats on defense. If it's going to be single elixir at least. I can also poison the furnace in single elixir if I want to. I'm going to see if I can get more value here, though. I'm going to go in for a miner. The Spear Goblins are going to stay alive here. I hope that the Fire Spirits go on top of the miner instead. Yeah, so we baited out a Baby Dragon that he did not want to drop. Now we can go for a Knight Dark Goblin. And we have a really good matchup because we have Dark Goblin, Poison, and Bats. Obviously, single elixir is the best for us, but double elixir is where he can get damage. And we're going to have to play a little bit more safe in double elixir, but I still think we can make magic happen. Okay, he's going to go for a poison. It means I want to go in for bats here just to finish off the Dark Prince before he's able to go and kill the Spear Goblin hut. Go for a miner as well just to keep our Spear Goblins alive and healthy. Please don't hurt me. Oh, no. Why'd you do that? Why did that happen? I was just trying to keep my Stevens alive, and the game said, nah, not today, Jake. So I'm going to go and clip the Fire Spirits and the Musketeer. That's going to give us a lot of value. If he decides to go in for a graveyard, it's not going to be a good play for him. I'm just going for a low Goblin Hut here. It's okay if he gets one Musketeer hit. I just don't want to sacrifice my Knight when I need it on defense against this Mega Knight. So, very important if you guys didn't know that already. We're able to go in for a poison here and make sure that he's not able to get any value with that. And I can go for a miner on defense just so the Mega Knight and the Baby Dragon don't lock onto our tower. I think that's going to be beneficial overall. We can stack as many Spear Goblin Huts as we want here, and it'll be pretty memey how many Stevens we can get, guys. They're going in for another one here. He's going to get Mega Knight on us like that. He's crazy. He's wild. And I'll Knight after so then the Mega Knight doesn't jump for joy. I'm going to go Dark Goblin here. And I don't think I really want to go in for a poison. I think I can just get away with a Bar Barrel and Miner and then go in for a Skeleton Barrel. He's not going to be able to poison that immediately because he has to deal with the Bats. He has to deal with the Spear Goblins and the Skeleton Barrel coming at him. That's a lot of stuff, my dude. Heck, I can even go for a knight to go and keep our Dark Goblin alive longer. He's going to go in for a Bar Barrel, but that doesn't reach our Dark Goblin. The Dark Goblin spam is real, my dudes. Oh my goodness. We can draw it back and keep it alive even longer. Going for a miner in front, force him to poison. He is freaking out, guys. And well so. This is something that I would be freaking out in this situation too. Maybe I just go in for a Goblin Hut here. Stack up more Stevens. Going for a knight right on top of the Muskie. And see what we can make happen. As long as the Muskie doesn't lock on, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a desirable situation for my dude here either. Go in for a probable poison, so then we can finish off the baby dragon with the Dark Goblin, or just stop him from getting too much chip damage in general with the Dark Goblin in the back and the knight tanking for the baby dragon. And go for a Bar Barrel so the fire spirits don't connect too heavily to us. And because the Dark Goblin's not getting poisoned, he still has to spend elixir on the Bar Barrel. Then we go for the miner in the back, so then the Mega Knight doesn't jump for joy all over it. We can just go in for a knight here, so then we keep the Mega Knight off of our Dark Goblin. You can't touch me, sir! You can't touch my spaghetti. All I have to do is get one more miner hit, and we walk with the W. Heck, I can go in for a miner because he's poisoning. Don't even have to worry about cycling a poison on his tower. We walk away with a very easy win. The main thing to take away from that game is I consistently kept up the aggression, saved my knight for the Mega Knight, and I dropped my Dark Goblin in the back, so then he was never able to poison that, the Spear Goblin Hut, and the bats all at the same time. GG and well played, my dude. Let's move on to the next one, and let's keep asserting dominance. This guy's going to go in for a Goblin Cage. So we're going to go for Skeleton Barrel and try to go in the opposite lane and bypass it. I don't want to go for a Miner because I still don't know if he has a counter to the Skeleton Barrel. Okay, he's just going to have a Tornado. So we could have went in for the Miner there. I didn't know if he was going to have like a small spell, and then he could have Tornadoed it to the King, and that would have been really bad for me. So that's what we were just basing it off of. We were not trying to get a King Tower activation really early on this dude. So he's going to have probably Graveyard deck from the looks of things, right? Graveyard it is. So against this, I need to have my Knight or I need Miner in cycle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to Miner on defense, so then the Baby Dragon locks onto that. And then we can go in for a Skeleton Barrel on the left-hand side, go in for our Bats as well, and try to apply a lot of aggression. I expect him to probably go for a Tornado on that. And then we can go for a Knight on the right, so then we can block so the Dark Goblin still stays alive. And look at all the damage we got on the left. The Dark Goblin is still going to stay alive on the right, and we're going to get so much chip damage. Guys, let's go. Look at that. That is so much value. Oh, it's not Graveyard, it's Golem. What are those, dude? You're trying to go into our Steven Horde? You can't break through the Stevens. They're going to swarm you. They're going to eat you alive like a snack and a half. So I can just go in for a Dark Goblin off to the side here. He's maybe going to have Lightning. We're going to have to wait and see. I think Lightning is going to fall out of the meta with the Spear Goblin Huts being so strong right now. It's unlikely that people continue to run that. We can go in for our Skeleton Barrel and then Bats immediately on top of the Baby Dragon. So I don't know if I need... Yeah, I do need to go in for a Knight. Baby Dragon's still going to stay alive. So as long as the Baby Dragon's alive, we don't want it to belch all over us. He's going to Lightning as I thought. That's exactly what most Golem players run. It's not that good against Spear Goblin Hut, though. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, guys. So we're going to go and do that again. We're going to go for our Goblin Hut, and we're going to try to time it with one Steven, so then the Miner's tanking for it, so we get more value from him. So he's going to Tornado it. Wow. Okay. I thought that you would probably predict it in the safe spot, so my bad. I thought he was going to drop a unit, then it would cost too much elixir for him to go in for the Tornado after, so my bad. I guess I got out-predicted by this man. When you play against better players later on, sometimes they do make predictions like that. That was well played on his end. I'm going to go for a Bar Barrel here. He's just going to Lightning. So that is going to go directly towards our tower, but all the Spear Goblins are going to be able to focus it down probably before it gets any value on us. I mean, what do you do here, my dude? Okay, I'm going to go in Tornado so it dies, but at what cost? We have Knight. We have Baby Dragon getting countered by Dark Goblins, double Knights, and we can go in for a Skeleton Barrel as well. So even if they get rid of your Spear Goblin Hut, you just stack up too many Spear Goblins from the spawn, and it's very frustrating for this dude. Trust me, he is not having a good time right now. So all we have to do is go in for a Knight so then the Baby Dragon locks onto that instead of the Hut. He might go in for a Lightning. I would love to see that. I would welcome it, actually. And now we can just start to spam really aggressively again, because the Ice Wizard's going to lock onto that instead of the Bat, so he's forced to Tornado afterward. We can go in for a Poison if we need to, but I feel like that might be an overcommitment. I'm going to wait. Okay, we're going to be able to go for the Poison and just win the game now. Yeah, he done goofed. He had triple spell, man. He had Barb Barrel, he had Ice Wizard, he had Tornado with Lightning, he still wasn't able to break through, and he still wasn't able to deal with the overwhelming amount of Spear Goblins that we were able to stack with our Dark Goblin. I honestly think that this is going to be the best, and I mean the strongest control deck with Spear Goblin Hut because of the fast cycle allowing you to get as many Spear Goblin Huts down as possible. All right, guys, let's get that 12 win. Hopefully we can get it right here, right now. This man is not dropping anything, so I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel, and I'm going to go and pull his Skeleton Barrel with our Hut. Oh, could he have the exact same deck as us? I'm not going to put it past him. It's a high probability. We will be able to kill the Dark Goblin, so that's great. And we can go in for a Miner in accordance with our Spear Goblin. Get some value here. Spear Goblin's going to get tanked for. We can go for Bats. And the Spear Goblin got onto the tower, giving us a lot of love. Let's go. This is a really good start, guys. This is promising stuff. Good potential for a W. I should have went in for a Skeleton Barrel on the left if I had enough Elixir for it, by the way. That would have been prime. So I want to go in for a Barb Barrel as soon as that connects. Make sure that we don't take too much damage. And I can go in for a Skeleton Barrel on the right and Miner if I need to. But he just used Skeleton Barrel. So I think our best bet is just go for a Goblin Hut. Probably drop it in the back so he doesn't get poison value, because we know that he's running the exact same deck as us. So if I drop it in the middle, it's not going to be good. No benefit at all. Let's go for a Dark Goblin here. Go for a Skeleton Barrel after. He's probably going to Knight on top. Oh, he's got Snowball. He's got a different variation. He just used Snowball, though, so that means he's not going to have it in cycles. So he's forced to poison. Oh, let's go. All the Steven Horde. It's going to get on the tower. Oh, my gosh. You love to see it, guys. You love to see it. So I didn't know if that was going to go so well for us, but it did. That is clean. So he's going to go in really aggressive here. I'm just going to go in for a Knight on the Miner. It's obviously going to be dropped in the back, and then I'm going to go for a Barb Barrel so we can shut down the Skeleton so he doesn't get any value. You can go in for another Goblin Hut here. We do take the Skeleton Barrel death damage every single time, but we don't take any damage from the Spear Goblin or the Skeletons themselves, so it's fine. I'm not going to poison. I'm just going to go and wait. I'll even eat damage on my tower. It doesn't matter too much to me. I do, however, care about this, so I think that we have to poison this most likely. If we can go and poison and finish off all the Skeletons and then have the Dark Goblin stay alive, then we're chilling. Going for our Skeleton Barrel here. Miner, Knight. Oh, the Skeleton Barrel is so much faster after the buff, guys. It's insane. He can't even kill it. He's going to Snowball and he missed. Oh, you done goofed, Aaron. With 40 seconds remaining, this is looking quite promising, guys. I'm going to start going for Goblin Huts on the left-hand side so then he can't get through with the Skeleton Barrel. I'm going to go for Barb Barrel here. I'm going to go for a Knight on top of the Miner in the back because that's where he's always dropping it. Every single time. If you're not switching it up, dude, I am not switching it up ever. If it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it. So I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel again, and I think we can collect a 12 win. I'm a believer right now. 15 seconds remaining. Poison will do it if that Skeleton Barrel connects, which it does. Now I'll be able to take out the W. Going for the poison and going for a Barb Barrel on top of the Dark Goblin. There is no chance. Even if the Dark Goblin, the Bats, and the Knight were on my tower at this point in the game, we would still collect the 12 win. GG, well played, and peace out, brother. Good luck in the rest of your grand challenge. I hope we didn't end your game there. Hopefully you can still get the 12 win too, my dude. And honestly, this deck is unbelievably strong. If you guys are looking for a new Spear Goblin Hut 12 win deck, this will be the deck for you. It is the best control deck with Spear Goblin Hut that I've found so far. Really have been enjoying it, and I can't say enough good things about it. So let's see if we can go and pull out some Royale deliveries, because that's the only card that I don't have maxed out. I wish, oh, let's go. I was going to say, I wish that there was a situation where you could just re-roll and try to get the common cards that you don't have because you're spending all the gems in the grand challenge anyway. And we got 432, dude. That's what I'm talking about. And we get the legendary too for even more star points. That was clean. We take those. We definitely do. I feel like this might be my new deck.